Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're all here. Got my new Be Up mat in from Jason Brown's Spring Store. I'm stoked. I'm going to have to order another one. I think it's 33 by 19, something like that. I'm going to have to order a black and white one or gray and white to get one that's not as bright, but I love the pink because it's original. Be Up. Guys, I want to take a quick second and thank all the channel members. Thank each and every one of you. I appreciate you all. And thank anybody who stumbled in here to check out my knife and EDC content. I sure appreciate it. If you're so inclined, if you'll hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon, it really helps the channel out. Feel free to leave a comment, like or dislike the video. But today I wanted to give an overview of my experience of living with the Divo Stout version 2 Proto for the last week, 8-9 days. If you guys have followed the channel and you know anything about the channel, this was the first Divo knife that came out, and it was one that I immediately passed on. It, for some reason, did not speak to me. I don't know if it was the blade. I don't know if I didn't know what quality to expect, because this was kind of a higher end knife. It was expensive. I didn't know enough about the brand. The design didn't speak to me, and I didn't buy the version 1. So fast forward, and the Growler came out. I fell in love with the Growler version 1. A lot of people didn't like it. It did not bother me. I ended up giving it away after the Growler V2 came out. Picked up a mash. I seemed to find my comfort level in the mid-tier Divo price range. Well, then the nip came out, and the nip kind of showed me quality that I didn't really know I could expect from Divo, if that sounds odd. And after that, I picked up the Buzz, which was their best tech version, probably the nicest knife besides the Stout that they've put out, and I absolutely fell in love with that knife. So let's fast forward about a month and a half, and Lefty asked me, this knife was on the way back to him, if I'd like to check it out. I thought that was pretty wise and brave of him, because he knows that I don't like the Stout. I've always told him I love Divo knives. I'm a supporter. I love y'all's designs. The Stout's not my jam. And he just kept saying, you ought to try it. And I said, well, I've tried it at Blade Show. You know, I've tried it with you. He goes, no, just hang on to it for a week. Tell me what you think. So I've done that. And needless to say, I have reached out to Lefty, and I have asked him in no uncertain terms. I did not get in on the pre-order of the version 2 Stout, and I know they're going to be dropping some. And I told him I'll do whatever it takes to acquire one of these if I need to pay up front. But he's going to see what orders they've got to fill, what they've got left over. I told him I was not particular to the colorway. It's just the knife, guys. And I want to talk about it for just a little bit. It is an absolute banger. I think it's going to be in Vanex. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's going to be in a premium steel. You've got this hollow grind, which I'd seen in pictures. I'd even handled it at Blade Show, and I don't know if this is different than the V1 because I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. But when you look at the horizontal grind on the flats and the vertical on this deep hollow, and you look at the elegance of that swedge, and then you look at how, like all Divo knives, you're built around a fantastic ergonomic choil, which gives you several grips that now the Pelican beak that I kind of made fun of, but I thought it was a cute Pelican. I didn't think it was ugly. Makes perfect sense of why it is such a cool knife. And I can see why it's been so popular and been probably one of the most popular knives, if I'm not mistaken, that Divo's dropped. I know everybody's crazy about it. I never got it. This is kind of along the lines of my Hinderer story with Dark Gravity and the Hinderer 3.0, how I had no desire for that knife. It didn't really speak to me. I played with it, wasn't that intrigued, Handled it for a week. Fell in love with it. Same with the Evo, with A to Z. God, this knife's been through a lot of different reviewers besides me. I'm sure if Lefty wanted me to put it on the TS Prof or a strop, I could get it freaking just blowing laser beams because it is such good blade geometry. Guys, I am not an Arctic carbon fiber guy. I was lucky enough that JD for EDC swapped out colors with me. I don't hate it. When I was showing you guys the nip or the nip slip, even something as weird as that orange carbon fiber, to me is a little bit more appealing, but I know this is going to be available in other colorways. And just so you know, if Lefty reached out to me after they came in and said, hey, I've got Arctic carbon fiber and there are a couple of blims on it, and I'm going to have to sell it to you for the same price if you want it, I would take it in a heartbeat, because the color is not going to dictate how well this knife snaps. You've got to be either a middle finger flipper or a thumb flicker. And I mean, you just have to have the mechanics to get your thumb to push about 1/4 of an inch and your middle finger maybe 1/2 of an inch. Just shoot the bird. Shoot the bird. Pow! Shoot the bird. Just simple, guys. I mean, the detent is dialed. The ergos are cash money. I know Divo's big into clips, and this one's got some scratches on it. I can speak for a couple of those. This clip feels great in the hand. I can white or blue knuckle it, and I don't feel any hot spots on this knife. It gets an A+ on lockup. It gets an A+ here. We want to. I don't believe in spine wax, but it passes the spine wax test. That's just my 2 cents. Guys, fantastic knife. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons. And I've moved all my size comparison knives because I got my Jason Brown B-Up mat. Let's look at it next to the Cold Steel 4MAX with the wicked Satu regrind. And it's going to be smaller than the 4MAX. Civivi Baby Banter. Much bigger than the Baby Banter. My guess, and this is just simply an uneducated guess, is it's going to be similar to the Spyderco, maybe a little smaller. Oh, a lot smaller. There's our Benchmade bug out. And our Spyderco paramilitary 2. So, in all truth, it's going to be right around maybe 1/4, an 1/8 of an inch larger than the Benchmade bug out. Let's get our tape measure and get some. And guys, I'm not going to mic this. I'll get the blade stock because this is a proto. So right over 7.5 overall with a 3 1/4 inch blade, roughly 3 inch cutting area, a handle of 4 1/4, back of the handle to the choil, a honking 4.5 inches. From right here to right here is 4.5 inches. Guys, to me, that's outstanding use of space. Well, let's get our little millimeter checker, and I'm guessing it's going to be under 1/2 inch, right at 4.890. Our blade stock, 13 thousandths. I think that's what it is. 0.1300, whatever the hell that is. But yeah, guys, Divo Stout V2 Proto. I am very blessed that whoever had this before me shared it and let it come by on its way home. Let me get you a weight on it. Comes in at a sleek 3.65 ounces. Clip works great, in and out of pocket. Just a delightful little knife, guys. It's going to be, you know, I guess if I have to give it any criticism, which I really can't, it's going to be OEM by Best Tech. It's that I wish that this bolster, and it may be changed. I don't have the notes. I should, but I'm not reading them. I like bolsters more smooth or stonewashed. I remember a reviewer back in the day telling me that looked like a fish stick. I forget who that was. But anyways, I like it. It looks fine. And there's any other nitpick besides the bolster being some kind of stonewashed or smooth. Access to the lock bar is perfect. I can't bitch about that. The hole is perfect. The blade, to me, seems perfect. Reversible clip. Guys, I can't think of it. Maybe the price point. I mean, it's not Divo's fault. It's going to be a higher price knife. But to me, it's going to be worth every penny. I look at it as kind of what I do. I buy knives that I don't need, but I love. I love this knife, guys. This is the Divo Stout. I appreciate y'all taking the time to let me do an overview with it. I appreciate Lefty for letting me check it out. I love each and every one of you. As I always ask, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love y'all. Peace.